It's Friday. We all know what that means, right? Friday news. Oh, remember, it's been quite a while back, but I've talked about in the Forbes 500 magazine, there was an article maybe 2 years ago, I don't remember exactly how long ago it was, talking about the Villages, Florida. And not just the Villages, Florida. It was talking about other communities this size, 100,000 population or less. And we were like number 10 in 100 communities around the United States as one of the best places to start a new business. And I said, I can totally understand that. I mean, if you live here and you see here that the growth here and what's going on here, I can totally understand how getting a business in now, while the growth is still going on, is so important, and to get established and to be here. So, yeah. So, anyway, I'm going to read you some local news in the paper right here. About some of the business opportunities here and how things have been shaping up over the years. And it's kind of an eye-opener, really, if you really pay attention. Business Boom is the title. Even in the aftermath of the Great Recession, new business flocked to the Villages because of the continuing increase in population. The number of new businesses grew an average during the first 3 quarters by nearly 59% to 1,837 from 2008 to 2018. Just within the Villages metropolitan statistical area, which does not include those businesses in the Lake and Marion County section of the community. In other words, they're talking about businesses just inside the Villages. Outside the Villages, on the outer edges, I like to call it, those people are trying to cash in on our population, and they are, but they're not golf cart accessible in most cases. But they're still doing a fair amount of business from the people in the Villages. The Daily Sun spoke with Scott Rennick, the Villages Director of Commercial Development, about the Phase 3 expansion of Brownwood, which will include the addition of 5 new commercial buildings over the next year or so. Here's just some statistical facts. Retailers and wholesalers of lumber and other building materials in Sumter County saw sales of $375 million for the 10 years ended December 31, 2018. That's a 3-fold increase and the biggest bump of any category. Did you get that? In from 2008 to 2018, in 10 years, it went up 3 times. The Villages metropolitan statistical area was the 9th fastest growing MSA in America in 2017. The Villages metropolitan statistical area was the 9th fastest growing MSA in America in 2017 in terms of percentage increase in gross domestic product. The GDP grew by 51% to about $2.1 billion for the year ended December 31st, 2017. Restaurant sales in Sumter County doubled to $202 million during the 10-year ended December 31, 2018. Sumter County, which is comprised almost entirely of the Villages, has grown a larger percentage of business than any Florida county in the past 10 years. That's 1,852 new businesses, or an increase of 56% as of the third quarter 2018. Real personal income in the Villages MSA grew faster over the past decade than any MSA in America. Per capita income grew at the 10th fastest rate during the same period to $44,396. Total gross sales in Sumter County grew by 77% to about $3.3 billion over the past 10 years that ended December 31, 2018, due largely to growth in the Villages. Now, everybody that buys a house, new or used, in most cases, what's one of the first things you got to do? Other than maybe upgrades or whatever like that, whatever you end up wanting to do, but furniture, right? You got to buy furniture. Listen to this. Sales of furniture and home furnishing in Sumter grew by 56% to $49 million during the 10 years ended December 31. That's amazing to me. Food and beverage sales in Sumter County rose by 42% to $358 million during the 10-year ended December 31st, 2018. So no matter how you look at it, when you look at the national statistics on growth and GDPs and all that, we're outpacing everybody. I mean, it's just growing beyond expectations, I think. Now you can say what you want to about it. A lot of people say, well, you're growing too fast. You're getting too big. Big growth means a lot of political problems. It could be traffic problems. And you've never heard me say anything other than that in the wintertime, traffic down here is, it's not that it can't be better. It's just some of the stupid drivers that come down here from the north, and they think they can just get by with anything here, and I don't get it. They park in the middle of the road and walk away. They'll park in the middle of the road with their doors hanging wide open to go knock on somebody's door. They park on the sidewalk. I mean, you might think I'm joking, and I'm not. They just do silly stuff that just doesn't make sense. But anyway, traffic can be a problem here. Roundabouts are really no problem, but some of the people that go in them roundabouts, they can be a problem. They don't seem to know what to do, but it is what it is. It's a good investment for buying a home. It's a good investment to start a business. Yeah, if I was younger and wanted to start a small business, this ain't a bad place to start. A little bit of history. Rise of shopping centers is the name of the story. In 1986, La Plaza Grande North is completed as the original business district for what became the Villages. It is now undergoing revitalization to create new commercial space and improve traffic flow. That's up by Spanish Springs, by the way. 1989, 3 years later. Phase 1 of La Plaza Grande is completed and Winn-Dixie Grocery becomes the first tenant. It becomes a major lifestyle addition for residents in the villages of Del Mar and Mira Mesa, the village east of U.S. Highway 27 and 441, and the town of Lady Lake. 1993, 4 years later. Phase 2, the La Plaza Grande is completed and Publix opens the first of 7 stores in the villages. It also opened one day after the village's golf cart bridge opened to residents' use across U.S. Highway 27 441. That golf cart bridge was a big deal. Mr. Schwartz, Harold Schwartz, I don't know what strings he pulled. I don't know all the intricate details of getting the permits for that, but I know him getting that done and getting that golf cart bridge up was the start of everything, really. Spanish Spring, 1994 through 1997, Spanish Springs Town Center opens to residents, including Katie Bell's Dining. I miss Katie Bell's, the original Katie Bell's. You know what I'm talking about. Some of you old duffers that live down here, you know what I'm talking about. The resident-only Katie Bell's. An entertainment venue, the town center quickly becomes a destination for shopping and dining and the enjoyment of free nightly entertainment on the town square. 2004, which is only 7 years later. Lake Sumter Landing Town Center opens to residents, including the Old Mill Theater. It also coincided with the opening of the Morse Boulevard multi-mogul vehicle bridge across Lake Sumter. By the way, Lake Sumter is the largest man-made lake in the state of Florida, in case you didn't know. 2012, 8 years later. The first phase of the Brownwood Town Center is completed, home to the Barnstorm Theater, the community's third movie theater complex. City Fire, American Oven, and Bar becomes the first restaurant at this town center that is now undergoing a Phase 3 expansion to add 5 new buildings. One of those buildings is the Lofts of Brownwood, the apartment complex I think it kind of is, where you rent them for a year. I think the whole idea of it is you rent something for a year, you experience a lifestyle here. The people that rent those houses or apartments down there at the Wildwood Lofts are going to have full amenity rights. So you'll be getting a residence pass and all that kind of stuff. You'll be able to go and do and come like everybody else here that owns property. And after a year, if you decide that you like it here, then it gives you time to settle in, to kind of know what area you like better than other areas. And then hopefully that'll lead you into buying a home. Now, I've been told that it's going to be a yearly rental only. You can rent one for a year. At the end of the year, you're done. You can't rent it anymore. That doesn't make sense to me, but that could be. So we'll see. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. That's your news for this week. How do you think about that? No drunks, no shoplifters, no kids living at home with mommy and daddy causing problems. Pretty good, huh? Business boom. Yeah, the Villages is on the move. And if you've got a business you want to start, I'm saying this is a good place to look. So just come on down for a couple weeks. You'll see what I'm saying. If you got a business mind, you'll see what's going on. It's a good place to be. See you guys on the other side.